Hi, this is Natalie of the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche, and it's a beautiful Sunday morning. I know I just posted a video, and this would have been a continuation of that video, but the video I just posted was put together from smaller pieces, and then once you put them together, you can't put a new segment on. It's the way it goes, so I had to do a whole new video today. And the reason, the reason I'm doing this video is I went to the cross stitch cupboard yesterday and picked up a bunch of stuff I have to show you, including a really cool finish. I also received some things in the mail yesterday, and I can't walk out of any cross stitch store without buying something, so I have to show you some of that stuff. I also have 2 more magazines that are from the 90s that I do want to show you with great stuff in them. Great stuff in them. Now it sounds like my New York accent comes out, but great stuff. And it's so fun to make these videos. It's quiet today, except you can hear my canary in the background. The canary does not have a name. I really don't name canaries because some of them don't live long. This canary is about 3 or 4 years old, maybe more. I don't know how old he was when I bought him. And canaries can live a long time, supposedly up to 20 years. Unfortunately, canaries are very sensitive. So if you burn something in your kitchen and then it goes in the house, or if there's a draft and an unusually cold night, or they catch a cold. I have nursed them back to health, meaning I've put like a little heat lamp on them and like gave them some water with a dropper, and they have gotten back together better. On the other hand, I've seen canaries that were absolutely fine one day and the next morning you wake up and something happens. They had a heart attack or who knows. But anyway, canaries are great pets. They're little birds that are domesticated, and they sing beautifully. So if you hear them in the background, that's our canary. So first things first, I do want to show you my finish. This is called Flea Market. Flea Market find from Blackbird Designs. It's on 3 different pieces of linen. And don't ask me the name of these linens because 2 of the pieces came in a kit. I bought it on eBay as a kit, and I think I paid about $70 for it, but it had come with fabric. In fact, enough fabric to do more than one project, because I had resold it afterwards with the leftover fabric. And part of the reason there was leftover fabric has to do with the fact that the photograph clearly showed 3 different colors on this piece. And it came with 2. And the directions said use 2. And I said no. Unless they're 2 dye lots she used, or who knows. Maybe when she made the kit, they made the kit, they didn't want to have to include 3 different colors, so they said they used 2 colors. I don't know, but I used 3, so I used something in my stash. I don't even remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of these colors. I'm sure you can look it up. And I resold the kit. I sold it to somebody who, I don't remember, somebody who's bought stuff from me before, I sold it to her for less than I paid for it. I in general don't sell, I'll sell for a little less than eBay prices if I sell it on my page. Right now I saw yesterday that just the pattern went for over $80. And I bought the kit a few months ago for $70 with that fabric. So the prices for some of these Blackbird designs, especially these, are really hard to get. They have gone crazy, which tells me that the ladies who do Blackbird are excellent at creating hype and marketing, and they're excellent at making things seem scarce, and they are, because they only make so many and that's it. And a lot of people like Blackbird. It's not like they'll just reprint it. There were no directions how to put this together, so I did hand stitch them together, and then I put these designs in between. And then I brought this to the Cross Stitch Cupboard, who did a beautiful job putting it together. Part of the issue with this was that they're supposed to be 30 count fabrics, all of them. So I did I perfectly counted everything to make sure they would match up. And of course they didn't match because maybe the 30 count was a little off or something. It had to have been off. It had to, maybe it's not really 30 count, maybe it's 31 count, or the way the fabric was made, who knows. So I had to sort of finagle them together. Oh look, there's a free stitch, but that's okay. Well, all the better, it makes it look even more vintage. So we sort of had to put them together, but I think it makes it look even better. A little wonky, I think, makes it look better. So anyway, flea market find by Blackbird Designs, finally finished. I'll have to go on the wall. Actually, I'm saving stuff to go on the wall because I'm supposed to be getting my own, not a big room, but a craft room that is going to be my cross stitch room. So I can't wait to do that and decorate it, to maybe paint it. Right now it's a gray color, no gray. Maybe keep the gray, I don't know, we'll see. So that was a finish. Now we start. So on my Facebook group page, which is also called the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche, I posted this. This is called The Devil Runs by the Primitive Hare. It was made in 2011. It's made a while ago. It's sort of out of print now. Are things really out of print with the Primitive Hare? Not really, because if you email Isabella, she'll send you a PDF of it, or she may print it. Most likely she'll send you a PDF. Probably to get a hard copy of this is not, is hard right now. But anyway, called for colors were ash gray, terracotta, and brown gray, all DMC. I didn't like them together. I did pick out a gray and a black. And then the question was what red to use. And here, I wanted a red that popped. So, that's interesting. There's two of them I want to show you. So I'm going to show you all these reds. And this is kind of cool. So now you can get a comparison of red. Including, I got talked into buying some silks. Okay, so now you have all these reds. And one more red. What the heck is this one? This is Cupid. I don't know, I must have that thing over there. Okay, so let's go through these. Cherry wine. I hope you can see these colors. Turkish red. Louisiana hot sauce. Candy apple. Liberty. These are Gloriana. This is Schoolhouse Red and Holly Berry. And NPI Silk, I think this is Chinese Red. And of course I did not bring the project with me. The fabric is my own dyed fabric. So I brought all these home. I figured they won't go to waste. One way or another we'll use them. And what did I pick? I picked Cupid. And I may not have enough to finish because this fabric was done on maybe an off-white with an off-white, and the red and pink is called beet. Not called beet, it is beet. It was a red beet I used. So I picked this one, which is Cupid. So we have, and I started it last night. Those are the colors. And you could see the colors on there. Very variegated. And I'm happy. I'm happy with the way this is looking. I think it's going to be cool. As I'm doing this is going to be a quick stitch. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking, how am I going to frame it? I got that round frame. It was like a round in one of my other videos. I can go find it, but it was a round wooden thing. And I didn't know what to do with it. I'm thinking it was just made of wood and it's round. Should I go find it? I go find it? Yeah, let me go find it. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, so here it is. Now, I wouldn't mount this color on here, but I could paint this black or red. Black or red, and mount this on here as a round piece. I think it might look pretty darn cool. So I think, I'm not sure if it's, will it be the right size? I have enough fabric to do it. And what I'm going to have to do is, instead of, I don't know, just a thought, but what I'm trying to tell you is think outside the box. I think this needs a square, it really does. Otherwise I'm going to have to adapt to make round, it's too hard. This has got like a really raggedy border. I don't know if I like that. It might drive me crazy because it's going to constantly unravel. So unless they put something, they must have unraveled it and then put the anti-fray stuff on it. I gotta find something that I'm gonna paint to do this with. But anyway, this is double runs on my own fabric with DMC black and gray, and then finally Classic Colorworks Cupid. So that's a new start, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So let's put these somewhere. Okay. What else? I had shown you this in a previous video, the nut bowl. Just wanted to show you how well things fit in here. A bunch of scissors. I picked this up yesterday to take on the Norway trip. It's just a small little hoop that goes right over the top. I mean, this is something else. Just to show you, if you want to go out and find one of these bowls, they're probably about $5 on eBay, which is very sad because they killed an entire tree for this, and this is a nice tree. I wish I knew what kind of tree it is. It's not pine. It would be nice if it was walnut, but I don't think it is. I think it could be oak, but look how beautiful the craftsmanship is, the way it's made. And I think repurposing is the way to go. But anyway, I think that's kind of cool. Something else I showed you, this is from Hobby Lobby, very cheaply made, but kind of cool. This caddy. Look what I found. This one's made of metal. Somebody put a decal on it of some sort, maybe, or it came this way. It's a little rusty, I have to clean it. But I love these kind of containers to put your stuff in. You can also see everything so well, so it's not like things are put away in boxes that who knows what's in there. So I really like these containers and I look for them. That one I found on did I find that on eBay? Either eBay or Etsy. I order stuff all the time, so one of those I found that. So that just came in the mail yesterday. Cool. Not sure if I showed you this. This came in the mail recently. I ordered. This is going to be a very cool kit. It's got a little leather case, and inside is bubbling out. Inside there is an old kit. It's got German scissors. It's unused, a safety pin. The safety pin is actually really cool. Look at the safety pin. It almost looks sterling. And these scissors are made in Germany. They're actually decent quality. And it's got some thread, but this is going to make a very, very nice little kit where you definitely could do a design on here and really make this nice. I don't know why this seems to, I don't want this to bubble out, but anyway, that was kind of neat. I did find these scissors. These are Spitzer and Son, Solingen, Germany scissors. I know I have a lot of these, but this was an especially nice one. I don't know why somebody did that, but I guess to not lose it, that's gonna go. But these are excellent quality scissors. Very, very high quality. If you like Dovo, anything Solingen is gonna be excellent. Make sure to ask, are they loose or tight? I cannot stand loose scissors. There is a little screw that tightens them up. Sometimes the screw works and sometimes it doesn't. You can sharpen scissors. I do have a little scissor sharpener. You have to watch some YouTube videos on how to do that, but these are really good. These are were very nice, and for the money, I was the only one who bid on them, and I was like, wow, couldn't resist. Okay. We don't have a ton. I picked these up at Tuesday morning for $8 each one. These are all cardstock. Let's break the seal. And I want to show you these because, again, we're making all kinds of cool things with these. These are all kinds of wintry, really nice, really, really nice. And I showed you how I like the music one. That's kind of cool. So these are winter and Christmas both. And just these are little candies. Especially, okay, pretty. And again, what we're going to make out of these are tags. This is, like I told you, but these are awesome. This one, who makes this? Paper King. You can put, there's a little guide, there's a little holder, holds everything. This is so amazingly well made, and get them on eBay left and right for very little money. Put it on this side, and you can precisely put your hole where you want it, and before you know it, you have a bunch of beautiful thread keeps. So that's one. I bought 3 of them. Each one was $8. I thought that was a really good deal. Because these are like usually $20. About $20 for a whole pad. I haven't even opened these, but I just took a peek. These are just different colors. Gingerbread. I sort of like that. It's like a brown paper with just all kinds of holiday. This one's like a tree. They're not only holiday, they're mixed, but there's quite a bit of holiday stuff in here. And I actually bought, there's three different ones, and this one's called Lux Lodge. And this one was $6.99. For whatever reason, this was $1 less. Tuesday morning is great. They do have some supplies, not a lot. They don't have cross-stitch stuff, but they have a lot of other arts and crafty. And this one's got pine cones. Just to show you a few of these. Fall leaves. These are shiny. Look at this one, some knitting. Just lovely, lovely patterns. So if you do buy a kit from me, you'll get some of these. I'll make some. But so heavy, because these are really good cardstock, and they make great little drops. And why not use them for the holidays? I like making them out of vintage cards. I bought vintage cards to make really cool vintage the thread drops or thread keeps, and their cards are so nice. I can't bring myself. If I find some in a thrift store, maybe some not so. Those are the ones I bought were 40s and 50s. Maybe if I find some 70s cards or whatever, and I find a whole mess of them, I will use them, which are even cooler. But these are really for the money. You get a lot. Now, what did I buy at the cross stitch cupboard? This is made by Cross Stitch Antiques, the Battle of Franklin Trust. This is a fairly new chart. It's not a big sampler, and it's not an ornate sampler. It's done in DMC in muted colors, and these are the colors it uses. Hey, Kelly. So these are the colors it uses.
Oh my goodness, you're almost
Is my husband going to come around the corner and make a scene today? That's really funny. And it gives a big history of the sampler, which I like. This is not going to be a hard one to do. I think it's pretty. Mary from the Cross Stitch Cupboard apparently saw the model stitch when she went to, I think she did. If I'm wrong, and Mary, you're watching, then tell me I'm wrong. But anyway, she was going to do it, and I said, I'm going to do that one too, and I liked it, so I got it. Not that I needed another pattern, but I really did want that. Cross Stitch Cupboard did not stock these, but they can order them for you, or you can easily get them online. I also purchased a Blackbird Designs Cats on Parade because I heard them talking about making, how to make one of these drums, and I wanted to try it. Also, I want to make orange fabric. I'm not sure how to do it. You might have to use spices like turmeric or sweet potato, or I don't know. I'm going to look it up because orange, I'm not sure how much color actually sweet potato gives you. So I really do want to make an orange fabric just to do this on. My husband says food coloring. That defeats the whole purpose of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do these fruit and vegetable and spice and really.
So just pour some orange juice in with it and say, ooh.
My husband says orange juice. I don't think orange juice.
No, orange food coloring.
Orange.
Add orange juice to make it feel better.
He said to put, how about Tang? Remember Tang?
Whatever, you'll feel better about it. Do it with orange.
Anyway, I'm going to look that up. And then I found this Prairie Schooler on cardstock. The new Prairie Schooler does not come on cardstock. I think this is being reproduced. But I do like the cardstock. I don't like anything. These are the original ones. And just to show you, they're kind of cool. This one's called Heads Up. Yeah. I like the little devil. Nice, simple designs done in DMC. All of these are 5 colors of DMC. Cream, brown, orange, black, brown, and red. And you probably could use bits and pieces of what you have of anything. Can you just keep that low, honey? I tried to do this when you weren't here. Oh my God.
Super kitty.
An appearance by Super Kitty. I showed you this, that I bought the piece to do this. Make sure it's not upside down. The drawer that was made by Lone Elm. And I definitely have fabrics to do these on. I can do these on my own dyed fabric. But I didn't have the actual threads, and this does not use a lot. So even though I have a whole box of threads, a lot of them are leftover pieces, and I can never have what I want. So just to show you the colors that are used on this, I thought they're muted once again. But they go beautifully together. I love Lone Elm designs. I think that they're really done well. She just has an eye for niceness. I mean, look at the little pomegranate on top there. That's cute. Just darling. And so I wanted to, I'm going to do this one. Again, they're small. They're not going to take very long. And there's whole directions on how to finish the box. And I did buy the box, or they brought it back from Market for me. I don't think she's stocking it, but you can buy the box. Very hard to go to that store and not get anything. I went not to buy fabric for this, because there's an interesting thing with this fabric. This is Sarah Hayden sampler, Baltimore, Maryland. What an awesome sampler. The fact that the house is not fully done is what turned me on to this. The called for linen is Lakeside exemplar. This is definitely, the picture is not exemplar. I have not seen the model stitched. I have to somehow research some of the YouTube videos, maybe some of the market videos that showed the Queenstown lady. I don't remember her name, sorry. And this, there's one that's, there's Aubert So Avis silks, Soide Alger, whatever. I can't pronounce it, but it's got oh my God! Look at how many silks it has. So I'm going to do this in DMC. I can't deal with that. So here is all the DMC to do this sampler, and the colors are really beautiful together. I hope you can see how pretty they look. So the dilemma is what fabric to use. I think Lakeside Bittersweet, if I can find a big enough piece, would look really nice on this. I have an extra piece of Lakeside Chantilly lace, a large piece, so I might use that too. The stitch count on this is 298 by 314. The actual stitched area is 20 by 21. It's not too bad, and that's on 28 count. I would rather do this over one on, I don't know, maybe 40 count. Maybe not, depends. So I'm going to look and see if I can find Vintage Bittersweet. It's got to have some pink in it. I think the pink looks really good. Unless the model looks completely different. I don't believe it will. Here's another pickup. This is Blackberry Lane Designs. The cross stitch cupboard had a traveling show, and this is magnificent. It's so pretty in real life. You wouldn't, the picture doesn't do it justice. It's done in DMC. The called for is Storm by Picture This Plus, which I believe I might have a piece of. Or I'm sure I have a piece of linen to do this in. It was a grayish, bluish linen. Hold on while I go get something. Hold on. Boy, I hate walking away like that, but that's okay. So, remember I showed you this in a previous video. This is Ocean Gallery. I'm telling you, they're lovely. Lovely and very well done shells. if you can see them. Well, I love the pelican. I want to bring this into the 21st century. There's a lot of colors in it. Yeah. Yeah. And you're not going to believe the fabric that I picked for this. So this isn't all the colors. I'm going to double up on some of them, or again use the same color twice because for two different things. I'm going to have to carefully mark all of these so that I know what's what. Put these on a ring, I guess, in some sort of order. And can I hold these up nicely so you can see how the colors go together? I'm going to try. Look how many colors. These are the colors. But where do you see the fabric? I talked about this company. This is not cheap fabric, and I rarely buy expensive fabric because I try to get stuff discounted or whatever, or go different places. And well, this fabric is painter's threads, and it's magnificent. I think that this photograph is not, the film is not going to do this justice. And this, with these colors on it, with these colors, right? And with this pelican, which unfortunately just a small picture, I think it's going to be magnificent, and I think it's just going to prove to you that you can take an old chart and make it look like the latest thing out of Nashville. Nashville 2021 or 2020. I'm so happy to do this. I can't wait to start this just because. It's going to annoy me when there's all these color changes. I looked at the chart. It's not that big a chart, but there is a lot of solid stitching. And at least the color changes, there's big blocks of color on here, so it's not too bad. And this looks like it was originally done in Susan Bates, which is interesting, which somebody told me that it's what it was. And this was done originally in 14 count Aida, of course, but that makes 28 count. And on 28 count, the actual, it's about 10 by 5. That's not very big. So I'm gonna have extra left over of this fabric, and it's so pretty. So anyway, I had to show you that. And Harriet Salt. I watched The Hands Across the Sea. I watched the video she just put out on this like 2 days ago. And she was talking how she fell in love with it. She did this on 56 count on a plane even. She's done this. How the heck do you oh my God, how the heck do you stitch on a plane? I can't. It's too much movement. I would get a headache. And usually I'm having a few cocktails because I hate flying, so. But she did it on a plane. And here you go. She did this in a red color of the 100 de Alger. And I bought 56 count linen. And it's very close to what she did it on. This is Cafe Olay 56 count Kingston linen. I think anything other than some sort of linen like this doesn't do it justice. What fabric did she use on? It said the original sampler was stitched on linen closest in color to DMC 738. What fabric did she stitch it on? Does she even say? I'm going over this. One strand of 36. DMC. It says, let's see. Harriet sampler has been reproduced with Aver Soie 103 silk on 56 linen. It doesn't say what color, but I have a feeling it's close to this. She also gives this really nice card that you're going to put on the back to document your sampler. And I can't wait to do this. It's on my list of stuff to start right away. What color to do this in? Well, remember I got all those reds? This is sort of a, I forgot to show you this one, Rainbow Gallery. That's real pretty. Let's take these reds out. I think it should be done in silk. I just do. So let's pull our silks out. I would like it to be a variegated silk, at least to give it some character. None of these are variegated. Here's here's, oh no! You see it live, folks. Did it get on my linen? No. I will be back. I'm back after that disaster. Oh my God, I spilled coffee. And the good news is that I cleaned it up right away. Nothing really got damaged. One or two, everything's bagged, thank God. So one or two of the plastic bags got something on them, but that was it. So I cleaned up. Oh my gosh. Oh. So anyway, let's go back to Harriet Salt. Oh, thank God this wasn't a bag. So this isn't a new bag now. With perfectly pristine. But anyway, so this is Harriet Salt again. This is the 40 count, 56 count. This was out. I am carefully inspecting to make sure there's no coffee on here, and there isn't. That would be a absolute surefire way to antique your fabric by spilling coffee, because I'm sure that's what happened many years ago. And I'm going to get a variegated red silk. If anybody has a suggestion, please let me know. Oh my gosh, I'm having anxiety. One of the charts did get a little coffee on it, the Prairie Schooler chart. I just rinsed it and I have it drying. It'll be fine. It was just a small amount, and usually if you rinse it and wipe it down and dry it, maybe you'll have a little wrinkle in your you'll have a little wrinkle in your chart, in your paper, but otherwise it should be fine. I have two more of these videos of these old just cross stitch. Now these are ones that most of you have probably never seen. This one is from June 1993. This one's from November 1994. Again, I've bought these over the years, mainly at thrift stores and garage sales and stuff. And I've sold quite a few, especially when I bought them, when I would buy twice. And if I see a lot of them, I'll buy the box and get rid of the ones I don't need. And these are never more than 50 cents each, which I think is a bargain. But let's go through these again. There's going to be, what is there water on here still? Did something get on here, or is this my craziness? No, I think it's just my craziness. So this one looks like a fall one. There's going to be dated stuff in here, but dated is sense of mine. I like some of the ads. Check this out. This is a clip-on light. It was a Hobby and Needlecraft light, AC adapter, and 2 bulbs. Called Brighter Pastimes, and there was an 800 number. Of course, no email, but interesting. There's an ad for Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly. This magazine is sought after right now because it has a lot of antique samplers in it and a lot of information. It's no longer in print. ad for JP Coates embroidery floss. It's probably still made. I don't know if anybody could tell me, but you certainly can't readily buy it. So JP Coates embroidery floss. Said it was available in Boscov's, Ben Franklin, Walmart, Woolworth, Payless Drugs, Super Yarn Mart, and other stores. Okay, so I'm not going to show you the super dated stuff. I'm just going to go through here. Now here's an interesting article on taming the floss monster about how to separate and keep your floss nice. You can see that she tied it together. I haven't read the article, but it's kind of cool. How to compile a floss database on little cards, or she talks about computer. Here's a book on childhood embroidery, American samplers and pictorial needlework, 1650 by 1850 by Betty Ring. I've never seen this book. It's 2-volume. I'm going to look for it because I'm very curious now. Just reading the ads is kind of cool. So here's their American sampler. It's called the American Sampler Afghan. It's quite nice, pretty simple. And made on Arabella, which is, I guess, an Afghan material. It's alphabet. Here's a pretty hummingbird. Here is Country and Colonial Stitches. This is a reproduction sampler by, and it talks about Jean Farnham. I don't know who she is. Maybe some of you know who Jean Farnham is. This is a reproduction sampler they have in here. Very pretty. There's nothing wrong with this sampler. Somebody could say it just came out, the newest thing, and people would be like, oh, look at that sampler. But this one was made in was reproduced in the 90s, done on linen, of course, sandstone linen from Wykelt. There was no overdyed linen, but you could easily do this on an overdyed linen and it would be magnificent. It's very, very pretty. Anything dated I am not going to go through. There's some real dated stuff in here, but that sampler is not. Floral pincushion. Now, that looks like a shower cap, but it's not. It's just some, you know, they made a, some sort of whole pincushion out of fabric, but the motif is nice for any of the pincushions that I sell. So I could cut that out and give it. On the cover is homegrown, heartfelt, handmade. There's one fly fishing. Oh, it's a little dated, but it is funky. It looks 80s and 90s. I think more 80s actually. And then we've got a bunch of ads. Custom sewing and craft checks. Interesting. Just somebody advertising checks with like sewing machines on them. And these are scissors, and that's cool. I'd buy that. Very cool. A ton of advertising in these. A lot of Teresa Wentzler, who was very popular back then. Very complicated designs. I've never done one. Ton of advertising. Okay. And then this one is obviously an ornament issue, so we'll go through the ornaments. Any that I think are really cool. And of course, here you go. The Spirit of Cross Stitch Video Library. $14.95 each. Videos were expensive back then, so that would be like $25 now, maybe? I don't know, I have to. And Linda Driscoll, Jean Farish, Maureen, okay, I know all these names. Maureen, not all, but Maureen Appleton, Linda Abel, Martha Schmidt, Mary Cox, and Dee Selby. Certainly have seen Jean Farish and Maureen Appleton commenting on stuff. And so I don't know them personally, but I've seen the names. Anyway, they apparently had videos. Instructional videos. How cool. And look at some of these festivals. Very pretty. Okay. Anything dated, I'm not going to show you. Very pretty stockings. Those are really beautiful. Nothing wrong with those. Velvet, linen, and metallic stockings. There's a sampler in here that's quite dated, and that I'm not going to show you. They used to highlight designers, and this one's called Douglas Designs. Is that Jeanette Douglas? The printing on this is a little off. Oh my God. Owner of, let's see, Cross Stitch Industry, 1998, Stitchin', mother. She's the owner. It doesn't say what her, I wonder if this is Jeanette Douglas. Could be. Douglas Designs. Doesn't say her first name. A very pretty angel says Sing Hosanna. This wasn't on white fabric. If this was on purple or pink or some overdyed fabric, would look gorgeous. I hope if any of you see these and really like them, you go out and buy these magazines. You can find them for very cheap on online auction sites like eBay and Etsy. So, here is a beautiful needlework embellished box. Boy, would I love to make this. Check it out. That's very, very, very nice. And now this box would be considered vintage, but then it was new. And the whole box was $24.95 plus $3.75 shipping. And that came with, let's see, it came with a book of some sort. It must have come with the box and the patterns. Really beautiful. Here, just to show you, this was a filigree German Soligen scissor that they were selling. This one looks very much like the scissor I showed you in the other package. And back then it was $38, which is about right, because now it's about $70. So that's about right. Where are the ornaments? Did they only show them on the cover? I'm looking at the ornaments. I'm looking for the pictures. I must have. Here you go. I apologize. Somehow I skipped over them. So here's some kind of cute ornaments. I like the star. I really do like that star a lot. Really beautiful ornaments. I do like the angel as well. Very much so. The angel. These are some interesting Santas. Again, there's a Russian Santa and a Norwegian Santa. They're all, I wish they had these pictures bigger. But these Santas are all very, very nice. They're all not too hard, these designs. They're all small, and of course they're all done in DMC coats and anchor. They give you for all three. That's about it from this magazine. A lot of dated stuff, a lot of cool ads, and just to show you. All right, so let's recap. So I just showed you, this is my last video for a while because, for about 2-3 weeks, because I'm going to Norway, which I will take. I'm gonna look for finds in Norway, cool finds. But let's reiterate, I showed you everything I got from the cross stitch cupboard yesterday, a bunch of new patterns. I showed you a start of the primitive hair devil pattern. I showed you a really cool needlework carrier, an actual antique vintage one. I compared it to the carrier that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I showed you how I'm using my my nut carrier, gorgeously handcrafted a bowl to store my scissors. I showed you my finish, my Blackbird finish. I showed you a bunch of reds that I had to choose from. I went through 2 magazines, and I spilled coffee, and my cat and my husband said hello. So from my home to yours, have a great Memorial Day, and thank you for putting up with me. Can you imagine spilling coffee in the middle of your professional video? You'd probably redo it. I'm going to leave it in because I'm going to show you this is what life is. Anyway, keep stitching.